hidden inside pocket change, lying forgotten in jars, or sitting old and dirty in your drawers, are quarters worth life-changing money. These innocent-looking coins, scratched, worn, and covered in years of dirt, can actually be worth even millions of dollars. Today, we're diving into the most shocking and unbelievably rare old quarters that ordinary people found by complete accident. Imagine this. You're searching through an old jar of coins, dusty, dirty, full of pocket change that's been sitting untouched for decades. You're not expecting anything special, but suddenly, you notice a worn-out, brownish, old, dirty 1984 P quarter. Nothing fancy, just an average coin. But what if I told you that this same ordinary-looking 1984 P quarter has been found selling for thousands, and in extremely rare situations, when paired with impossible mint errors? These coins can even reach jaw-dropping six-figure or million-dollar valuations. Some 1984 P Washington quarters hide legendary errors, microscopic details, and rare minting mistakes that turn a common 25-cent coin into a life-changing treasure. These coins are creating massive waves in the coin community, shocking collectors, and sending prices skyrocketing at auctions. The Washington Quarter series began in 1932, but by the 1980s, the U.S. Mint was using fully modernized minting machinery, machines capable of pumping out millions of coins per day. In 1984, the Philadelphia Mint alone struck over 676 million quarters, making this one of the most mass-produced years of modern coinage. But with high speed, high-volume production comes something collectors love: mistakes. And not just any mistakes. Dramatic, rare, shocking, and valuable mint errors. The 1984 P quarter has become famous for some of the most bizarre and extreme mint errors of the decade, including why old and dirty 1984 P quarters are so valuable. How can a dirty, ugly, brownish 1984 quarter be worth thousands? Because errors happen randomly and unintentionally. Even the most valuable error coins went into circulation. Yet under that dirty surface might be a rare mint error worth life-changing money. Think about this. People have found a dirty 1984 P quarter with a dramatic double die worth $1,500, a worn-down wrong planchet 1984 P quarter worth $8,000 plus a damaged-looking broadstrike error worth $2,000, misaligned dies worth hundreds, full off-center errors worth $3,000 plus, some specialists say, a full struck. Transitional metal 1984 P quarter, if discovered, could reach $100,000 to $1 million at auction because none have been confirmed yet. Most valuable error varieties of the 1984 P quarter, some of the most dramatic DDR varieties have sold for up to $2,500, even in circulated condition. Off-center strike, worth $300 to $3,000 plus. Off-center strikes are extremely desirable. A 1984 P quarter struck 10% to 70% off-center can instantly become a valuable treasure. Wrong planchet errors, worth $2,000 to $15,000 plus. This is one of the highest value categories. These errors occur when a quarter is struck on. Even dirty, damaged examples are worth thousands because the error is the value, not the condition. Multi-strike errors, worth $500 to $5,000. These rare errors occur when the coin is struck multiple times in the press. These look dramatic, shocking, and collectible. The ultra rare missing clad layer quarter, worth $300 to $3,500. 1984 was a big year for this type of error. The dream error. Transitional metal 1984 P quarter, possible value $100,000 to $1,000,000. If a 1984 P quarter was mistakenly struck on a leftover 40% silver planchet or copper planchet, it could become one of the most valuable modern quarters ever discovered. None have been confirmed, meaning the first discovery could become a million-dollar headline. Even the most ordinary-looking examples fetched huge values. How to identify rare 1984 P quarters at home? Weird shapes, double letters off-center, designs, missing edges, coins that look stretched, weird colors, copper showing through, extra thickness in the lettering, strange dents or marks, weight differences. If a quarter looks strange, do not clean it, do not polish it, do not scrub it. You open an old drawer, a dusty jar, or a forgotten piggy bank that hasn't been touched since the 80s. Inside, nothing special, just coins that look old, dirty, scratched, worn out. And right there in the middle, you notice a 1983 P Washington quarter. Brownish, rough, circulated, even ugly. This same ordinary-looking 1983 P old and dirty quarter could secretly be worth thousands, and in extremely rare cases, even up to millions of dollars, thanks to shocking mint errors that the US Mint still cannot fully explain. A coin that looks like pure junk could turn out to be a hidden treasure worth life-changing money. To understand why the 1983 P quarter became so rare and collectible, we need to go back to the early 1980s. The US Mint was under pressure, extremely high coin demand, older machinery, and a drastic increase in production speed. And because of this, 1983 became a year where mint errors exploded, especially at the Philadelphia Mint. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 673 million quarters in 1983, but here's the twist. Backhand index pointing right, very few 1983 P quarters survived in high condition. Backhand index pointing right, most went directly into circulation due to no mint sets being produced in 1982 and 1983. Backhand index pointing right collectors had no way to save fresh, perfect coins. $500 for dirty DDO varieties, $1. $200 for worn off center strikes, $3,000 plus, 4 dirty, missing clad layers, $7,000 plus, 4 wrong planchet 1983. P quarters, $15,000 plus, 4 multi-struck examples. Some of these coins look like something you would toss into a cash register. The 1983 P quarter is one of the top modern coins with extreme value jumps, especially because of the now famous rare 1983 P struck on copper planchet errors. One of these could hit $100,000 to even $1 million if authenticated. That's why people call this coin the $1 million modern quarter. Most valuable error varieties of the 1983 P quarter. This is where collectors get excited. Here are the most valuable errors, each capable of reaching hundreds to thousands of dollars. Wrong planchet errors, worth $3,000 to $15,000 plus. A 1983 P quarter struck on the wrong metal is extremely rare. Off-center strikes, worth $300 to $3,500. Broadstrike and multi-strike errors, worth $500 to $5,000 plus. A broadstrike occurs when the retaining collar fails. A multi-strike means the coin was struck more than once. These errors can create very dramatic shapes. The dream error. Transitional metal 1983 P quarter, worth $100,000 to $1,000,000. This is the holy grail that a few experts believe leftover 40% silver planchets from 1976 or copper planchets may have accidentally been used in the early 1980s. If a 1983 P quarter struck on silver or pre-82 copper is discovered, it could become the most valuable modern quarter ever found. Top estimates range from $100,000 minimum, possibly up to $1,000,000 plus. No confirmed examples yet, meaning you could be the first to find one. How to identify rare 1983 P quarters at home. Strange color differences, missing silver layer, off-center shapes, doubling in letters, odd thickness, no edge, reading ghost images, weak or missing words, dramatic cracks, weights that don't match any normal quarter, weighs 5.67 grams. That a transitional or wrong planchet error may weigh 6.25 grams. The moment you see a weird weight, you may have a valuable treasure. What if I told you that this same ordinary-looking, brownish, old, dirty 1982 P Washington quarter could secretly be worth, in some ultra-rare cases, even up to millions of dollars? One single 1982 P quarter, even if it looks like trash, even if it looks like it survived a hurricane, could be one of the most valuable coins hiding in your home right now. The 1982 P quarter became one of the most mysterious, most error-filled, and most valuable modern quarters in the United States. So stay with me until the end, because the next 1982 P old and dirty quarter that sells for thousands or even millions could be inside your pocket change right now. Why the 1982 P quarter is so rare. First, let's go back to the year 1982, a turning point in U.S. coin history. Unlike normal years, in 1982 something unusual happened. The U.S. Mint did not produce official mint sets or proof sets. That means collectors had no way to save fresh, shiny, uncirculated coins. As a result, almost all 1982 quarters entered circulation. They were used for decades. They became scratched, dirty, and extremely worn. High-grade 1982 P quarters are rare. Error coins became super valuable because hardly any survived in clean condition. This is why old, dirty 1982 quarters, the ones that look totally worthless, can actually be the rarest. Why old and dirty 1982 P quarters are worth big money? Many collectors make one big mistake. They think dirty, worn coins are worthless. But in the world of mint errors, dirty coins can still be worth $100 for minor errors, $500 for off centers, $1,000 for strong double dies, $3,000 for missing clad layers, $5,000, $15,000 for wrong planchets, $20,000 plus 4 dramatic multi-strikes, and the holy grail errors can reach $100,000 to $1,000 plus. Condition doesn't matter as much as. Now let's break down the top error types that make the 1982 P quarters so valuable. Missing clad layer errors, high grade, $3,000 to $3,500 plus. If the coin is old and dirty, even better, because it proves it's circulated with the error intact. Wrong planchet errors, money bag value, $3,000 to $15,000 plus. These occur when a quarter is accidentally struck on metal mint for another coin. These errors cause weight differences, making them easier to identify. Off-center strikes, money bag value, $100 to $3,500. Collectors love these errors because they look dramatic. Double die obverse and reverse value, $150 to $2,000 plus. These errors are highly searched for in 1982 quarters. Multi-strike errors, $3,000 to $20,000 plus. These are incredibly rare and extremely valuable. The super rare transitional metal error, money bag potential value, $100,000 to $1,000 plus. This is the ultimate dream find. Some experts believe leftover 40% silver planchets from 1976 or copper planchets from 1980 may have accidentally been struck in 1982. $100,000 to $1,000 plus. This is the life-changing discovery everyone is searching for. How to check your 1982 P quarter at home. Normal kitchen weighing. Scalia normal quarter weighs 5.67 grams. If your 1982 P quarter weighs 6.2 grams, it may have a rare metal error. Look at the edges, missing clad, extra copper visible, weak or no reading. Look at the front and back, doubling off centers, die, cracks, ghost images, missing letters, extra thickness. Color, a copper-colored quarter equals missing layer. A shiny silver quarter equals wrong metal. A dark, dirty brown coin can still be valuable. You're cleaning out an old drawer, opening a dusty jar, or maybe searching through your pocket change, and suddenly, you spot an old and dirty 1981 P Washington quarter. The coin looks ordinary, worn, maybe even damaged. But what if I told you that this seemingly worthless old coin could be hiding a shocking secret? A secret that has turned a few lucky collectors into 1,000 heirs, and in extremely rare cases, these coins have been valued so high that experts say the right error coin could reach 6 figures, maybe even millions if a one-of-a-kind discovery appears. A dirty, old 25-cent piece from 1981 could actually be a life-changing treasure. The 1981 P quarter is part of the long-running series featuring George Washington, first introduced in 1932. But the year 1981 is special for several reasons. In 1981, the Philadelphia Mint produced 676 million quarters. With such huge numbers, most people think these coins have no value. But here's the twist. Most of these coins were struck quickly, with worn dies, misaligned presses, and occasional quality control failures. This resulted in rare errors, weak strikes, and unusual planchet issues, the very things that now make some coins worth big money. 1981 is considered a transitional period before major design and process changes in the 1980s. Coins from this era often show inconsistent striking, pressure mint machine overuse, unexpected die deterioration, dramatic errors still being discovered today. All these factors created the perfect storm for rare mint mistakes. 1981 P double die obverse, DDO, high grade, $1,000 to $8,000 plus. If a new, dramatic variety is discovered, you could be looking at 6-figure prices. Collectors dream of finding this one. Double die reverse, DDR, less common but extremely valuable. High grade, $2,000 to $10,000 plus, tens of thousands for a dirty quarter. OFF center strike, 5% to 50%. Perfectly centered date plus wide off center. $1,000 plus, wrong planchet error, the monster value. This is the $1 million potential. A 1981 P quarter struck on the wrong metal. For example, wrong metal, $2,000 to $25,000 plus. Rare foreign planchet, $50,000 to $150,000 plus. Unique discovery. Could reach $1 million plus at a major auction. These are the coins that could change your life overnight. How to check your 1981 P quarter. Look for doubling on letters, numbers, and facial details. A missing rim, clipped section, or strange shape could be valuable. Normal weight, 5.67 grams. If the weight is wrong, jackpot potential. Compare to online error guide images. Never clean the coin. Collectors prefer dirty, natural surfaces. What if I told you that a dirty, worn-out, totally ordinary-looking 1979 D Washington quarter, yes, the one you can find in your old drawers, pocket change, or even on the floor, could secretly be worth millions of dollars? But thousands of collectors today are on the hunt for the 1979 D Washington quarter, especially old and dirty ones, because some of these coins hide legendary mint errors that slipped into circulation unnoticed. Imagine finding a coin that you thought was trash, a coin not even worth 25 cents, and then discovering that it's worth more than a luxury car, a new house, or even a life-changing fortune. The 1979 D quarter was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the busiest U.S. mints during the 1970s. The Denver Mint produced 489 million 1979 D quarters. With such fast, high-volume production, dies wore out quickly, presses overheated, alignment issues increased, quality control became inconsistent. Their conditions are perfect for creating rare and valuable mint errors. Why old and dirty 1979 D quarters can be extremely valuable. If the coin is dirty, scratched, or old, does it still have value? For rare error coins, condition is not the most important factor. Cleaning a coin reduces value, but an old, dirty 1979 D quarter with a rare error can be worth huge money, even thousands. In fact, several extremely valuable 1979 D quarters came from old coin jars. Gas station, change, flea market circulation finds. This means your pocket change could be hiding a treasure. Double die obverse, DDO, one of the rarest and most valuable 1979 D quarter errors. Strong doubling discovery. $10,000 plus. Unique. Dramatic doubling. 6 figures possible. This is highly desirable to collectors. Double die reverse, DDR, extremely bold doubling. $15,000 plus. OFF center strike, 5% to 60%. These are dramatic and visually impressive. 40, 60% off center. Date visible $600 to $1. 200 plus. Date visible off center coins bring the highest prices. Wrong planchet error. This is the most valuable 1979 D quarter error possible. Minor wrong metal. $2,000 to $10,000. Dramatic wrong metal. $20,000 to $50,000. Rare foreign planchet. $75,000 to $150,000. Unique experimental planchet. Potential value. Millions of dollars. These are life-changing finds. How to check your 1979 D quarter for errors. Look for doubling. Use a 10x magnifying glass to examine. Liberty and God witnessed mark eagle feathers. Check the edge. A clipped or broadstruck coin will have an unusual rim. Weigh the coin. Normal weight, 5.67 grams. If it weighs much more or less, possible wrong planchet. Jackpot. Look at the shape. Off center and misaligned strikes are visually obvious. Never clean the coin. Cleaning lowers value by up to 90%. Collectors love original dirt and wear.